Hi again. Today I'm in my wife's family village, which is that one right there. It's called Uterga, and we have come because in 2 days it's going to be All Saints Day, when we celebrate our dead people. In the United States, you guys celebrate Halloween. In Mexico, they celebrate Dia de los Muertos. What we celebrate is Todos los Santos. What is this? Well, when did all of these celebrations of the dead started here? We have to go back to the 3rd century after Christ, when there were so many saints, so many martyrs who died for Catholicism, that they started celebrating every day the death of this saint, the next day the death of this other saint, the next day the death of this other saint. At the end, there were too many days, and they decided that there had to be one day, and that was November 1st. So November 1st, it is the day of All Saints. What we celebrate is not the dead people. What we celebrate really in Catholicism is that we are, okay, when you die, you have some sins that you have to take care, and you go down to the purgatory. You go down to the purgatory, and there Saint Michael is the one who's gonna wait your soul, and you're gonna be there in the purgatory, redeeming all the bad things you have done in life. So once your sins are clear, you have to go to heaven or to hell. So obviously, hopefully, you go to heaven. And the thing is that is what we celebrate in All Saints Day, okay? The tradition is to go to Mass, and then we come to the cemetery, to the graveyard, to see our dead people, okay? To visit our dead people. So how come we're here today? Because the day of the death, it's November 1st. Well, what we do 2 or 3 days before, you come to your village, and well, let me show you the view, which is breathtaking. Look how beautiful all of this is. So what I was telling you is that how come we are here today? Well, we're here today because what we do 2 or 3 days before, it's you come to the graveyard and you have to get everything ready. You have to clean your family's tomb. So that's my mother-in-law and her 2 sisters cleaning the graveyard where my wife's grandma is buried. Okay. Well, this is a family pantheon. Okay, so we have my wife's grandparents, a couple of my wife's uncles, probably my mother-in-law, and these 2 beautiful ladies will come hopefully in many, many years from now. You also have on the graveyards, you have individual ones. One of the things I really love is that it's on the highest part of the village, and the views all around are beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. You check that out, how beautiful it is to be buried in here. So, by tradition, you know, you have always the women cleaning. This is a very matriarchal society, and we have, you know, everybody's cleaning. Obviously, I have to clean. Well, we're in COVID time, so we're even clean with masks, although we're all by ourselves in the graveyard. And we put all of these beautiful, beautiful flowers that, to tell you the truth, I thought they were daisies, but I don't think there are. ¿Esto qué son? ¿Dalias? Chrysanthemos. Chrysanthemums. I guess that's how it's called. I don't know. Well, they can normally be either yellow or white. Okay, so we'll put them a little bit later. What else do we do on the day of the death of All Saints? Here, what we do, it's normally we eat, and we have a typical dessert for this weekend. It is called buñuelos de aire or de viento. The buñuelos, I bought some. I brought them here so I can show them to you what they are. Let me get that. So what are the buñuelos? The buñuelos are like in the United States, in New Orleans, you have the vignettes. So this is one of them, okay? The vignettes are, well, here in this type of All Saints pastries, we have two Spains. Okay, so on one hand, we have these, let's call them vignettes. On the other hand, we have huesos de santo, which means bones of a saint, which is this, okay? So in these two pastries, what we find are two totally different traditions in Spain, okay? Let me turn around the camera. Okay, so what's all about this? So if you see right behind me, that is El Camino de Santiago, St. James' Path. So let me go to history. In Spain, on the year 711, the Moors came in and they conquered all the country. In less than 3 years, all the Spanish changed from being Christian to being Muslim. The rest of the kingdoms in Europe were very afraid that the Moors would cross the border and go into Europe. So the way to stop the Muslims, it was doing a pilgrimage. It was doing this Christian pilgrimage, following the footsteps of St. James, one of Jesus Christ's apostles, who is buried in Spain, the northernest, westernest city in Spain, called Santiago de Compostela. The thing is that the Camino de Santiago divided Spain in two parts, okay? From the Camino, which is 1/4, okay, thank you, Fiona. In English, the flowers are pronounced chrysanthemums. Okay, thank you for that. So what I was telling you is that Spain got divided in two parts. From the Camino of Spain, which is 2/4, oh God, 2/3 of Spain was Muslim. And from the Camino to the north, it was Christian. So the culture in both sides are totally different, okay? From the Camino to the south, the Muslim-occupied area, it was a huge patriarchy, while from this Camino to the north, it was a huge matriarchy. But also we find it in the gastronomy. I was telling you, these pastries have different heritage. This one, the beignet, it is a Muslim tradition. By tradition, it was made, it's like a puff pastry, fried in the Muslim culture. The south of Spain, you're going to find much more fried food. And it was normally dipped into honey. The reason to be dipped into honey is because here we collect the honey in the fall and it has to settle. And now this moment of the year is the moment where you start getting fresh honey from that year, okay? So now, traditionally, we have taken the honey out. I'm very happy with that because I'm extremely, extremely allergic to honey. So, God, it's so good. We only cook this during this time of the year, okay? And now they're filled, okay? They can be filled, this one is with cream. They can be filled with chocolate or with pumpkin, okay? Although we're not big into pumpkin eating, we do a lot of desserts made out of pumpkin, okay? This one is my favorite one, which is made of cream. On the other hand, we have the huesos de santo, bones of the saints. The Catholic belief of this is that when we want to remember today all the people who has died in our family, and we want to, let's see, we want to remember them and remember us, that at the end we will all be bones. Because now in the graveyard there's only bones. So that's what we do, okay? And when you eat them, what you think is that you're not afraid of death. Because in Catholicism, for us, death is not the end of the road. It's just going somewhere else. You're going to heaven, where you're going to have a better life, okay? So These huesos de santo are not, has, pastry speaking, has nothing to do with the vignettes. We call them buñuelos in Spanish. These ones, these huesos, the bones, are made with almonds, sugar, and water. Okay, this one is the traditional one because it's filled with yolk of egg and sugar. Super good. I have written the recipe in case you want to do it because it's super simple to make them. Oh, sorry for that. So the huesos de santo, these bones of saints, they're made of almonds. You have to think that right now it is the moment to go into the forest and pick up the almonds. So you have to grate them and make powder of almond nuts. You put 1 cup of almond nuts, half a cup of sugar. Some people put a little bit more sugar. Although I'm a sweet tooth guy, I don't like this way too sweet, okay? And then you put 1/4 of a cup of water. You mix that pastry all together. You have to work it to make it very smooth, very soft. And once you do it, you have to make it super thin, okay? In a, like lines like this. And then you can stuff them with whatever you want. The traditional one, it's as I told you, is with the egg, with the yolk of the egg, the red part of the egg. And that is 6 yolks, 4 ounces of sugar, and 1.5 ounces of water. It just has to be, creamy texture. Okay, so you put that and you roll it, and you make it in the shape of a bone. Okay, so that's the recipe. On one side you have the outside, on the other side you have the inside. What else can I tell you about it? Well, the sweets. Well, I have to go and help my mother-in-law to clean the the family pantheon. But one of the things I would love to share with you, it's one of the memories of these funeral things in the family. For us, as I told you, death is not the worst thing that can happen to you. So, for example, when my mom's dad died, he was super cool guy. He was always with a smile, and there was always a good excuse to celebrate, and it was great. I have great memories from my grandfather. So when he died, he said that he wanted to, first, something very strange, he wanted to be cremated. Back then in Spain, about 10 years ago, barely no people would get cremated. Today, 43% of Spanish people are cremated. We're not being buried anymore. Now, during the lockdown, a lot of people, I think it has gone up to 91% during the 3 months that we have been locked down. 93% of the people have been cremated. We could not bury people. We could not go to the cemetery. So almost everybody has been cremated. But anyway, my grandfather wanted to be cremated. In his will, he left some money saved for all of us to go for dinner, to go to party. So that's what we did. We cremated Grandpa. Look at the bells. I think that was Grandpa saying hi. So, hi, Grandpa. Anyway, so we cremated Grandpa, and he said exactly where he wanted his ashes to be spread. By the way, it's illegal in Spain to spread the ashes. You have to keep them. You're not allowed to throw them, but, we could do better for Grandpa. He said exactly the point. It was in the Pyrenees Mountains, in a high point, where his brother and himself used to play. So what we did is we cremated him, and then before going for that lunch that we were going to be all the cousins and the uncles and everybody, we went to this place to spread the ashes of Grandpa. It was all the way up in the mountains, so we had to park, and then we have to go walking all the way up. It was all the kids, especially the little grandkids, they were, I have to go all the way up there. Oh, yes, you do. The thing is that by the time we went up there, how embarrassing. There was a couple in their own personal love affairs. So the thing is that we had to tell them, could you please stop? We're going to spread our grandparents' ashes around here. So the two, this cute couple, has, oh, we're so sorry, and they left. And in the moment we opened the gate, the little box with the ashes of my grandfather, two huge eagles came and started flying around us. So I totally think or believe that was my grandfather and his brother who they used to play in there. So I think it's a cute, beautiful memory of my, death relationship with death, which is not a bad thing. It's not something you should be afraid of. So here I go. That's what I have to go now, to go help my mother-in-law and her sisters to take care of all of that. Look how beautiful. I'll take a picture and I'll post it later. So what else can I tell you? Thank you so much for watching. I hope you have learned a little bit about our traditions with All Saints. If you have liked this video and want to support us, we have left a virtual tip jar. It's in the written text of this video. Tips will be welcome and very welcome. So what else? I will see you in the next video, hopefully tomorrow. I think tomorrow I'm gonna be broadcasting from, well, that village over there, which is called Puente de la Reina. We're gonna be talking about Knight Templars and pretty cool things, okay? Have a great day. Thank you, Fiona, for watching, and everybody, hope you enjoyed it. Bye-bye.